It's episode 83, first episode of the year, and we're talking about getting attention. Hey everybody, what's up and welcome to the 88 show. This is the internet's only dental show where we're answering marketing's most important questions. I'm your host, Joshua Scott. This is episode 83. 83, starting the new year, 2018. Feels good to be back. You feeling good?
Yeah.
You feeling ready? First episode of the year, we're a little late, but man, it's just been non-stop. Jay Moore knows this. A few trips this year. Actually literally just landed yesterday at about 11 a.m. on a Sunday, which is a little crazy. And then Super Bowl last night, so by the time the alarm went off this morning, man, you're feeling it. This month's topic, kicking off February with attention. Getting attention in a distracted world, standing out, what that looks like. The link to that article, you'll find it down below, but we want to take some time to talk about that, especially coming off of Super Bowl 52. Congrats to the Philadelphia Eagles, pulling it out last minute. It was a really good football game. I don't know what was better, the Justin Timberlake concert or the football game, but man, they were both solid last night. And it's no coincidence that we put this topic in at this time of year because of the Super Bowl game. I mean, you know, not just the game, but the commercials. When we're talking about getting attention, it's one of those moments in the year in our culture where getting attention is at the pinnacle of everything. Super Bowl commercials, $5 million for a 30-second spot this year. All in all, just the Super Bowl ad spend is a $420 million gain, ad revenue, you know, total there, gross ad revenue. And so it's ridiculous the amount of attention people are trying to get. Which once I want to get into the first point here is before we get into how to get attention for your dental practice, let's talk about when we're trying too hard to get attention. We saw some of this last night with commercials. You almost have what I call this like marketing ADD thing, this marketing like attention deficit disorder, where your marketing is all over the place. We're trying to get attention here, trying to get attention there, but in the end, we're not really accomplishing the overall goal. And so a few things, you know, your marketing has ADD is number one, if you're marketing like it's 1998. If you're marketing like it's 1998, I still routinely talk to practices that are in the direct mail game and startup practices. You know, Josh, should I do direct mail? And I think when you're back there in 1998, like you're just never going to stand out and get attention in 2018. So that's number one. Number two, if you're changing your marketing strategy every 3 to 6 months. This is probably another one of the big things I run into with practices is we're trying something for 6 months and then changing it up and then trying something again for 3 months and then that didn't work. And while I am all about not wasting money, the point is to back up and have a really strategic plan in place so that you know where you're going, you know the destination, and we're not schizophrenic in the marketing efforts. And then last is, you know, your marketing is ADD or has a tendency to be that way if there's no budget. If there's no budget, you'd be surprised at how much structure and direction that budget gives you that can really just settle all those issues and define and focus where you're headed. So that's some signs there if you know your marketing has ADD and you're just trying to get attention. But let's talk about some ways to stand out and to get attention in this world in 2018. All right, guys, let's talk about getting attention in 2018 in the dental industry, because I think there's 3 things off the top of my head that are real easy and real straightforward. And the first way to stand out and get attention is just to be different. Be different. And I think this can be easy and it can get overlooked, but I recently had a conversation with a new client, and she was buying a practice in the California area, AKA the most competitive state in the nation, most likely. Throw Colorado in there as well. But she said, am I crazy to do this startup in a highly saturated area? And my response to her was, you're not crazy if you can be different. If you can be different, you can compete. If you're gonna go in with this like 20, 30-year-old mentality of dentistry, and that market is saturated. That market is competitive. Going in with something new, standing out, that's a place you can compete and you can create some separation. And so I don't get too concerned, especially with practice brokers talking about, dentist per capita ratio and all that and competitiveness. If you can go in and be different, you can compete. And so that's number one. Number two way to compete, just toss that. No, number two way to get attention is your website. Your website. Again, I don't know that there's anything here that's like super crazy. It's gonna rock your world, but I literally think right now, here's marketing at its simplest form, is just getting attention, right? That's what this whole game is when we're talking about marketing, we're talking about getting attention. And I think right now in dentistry, attention is on websites. People are looking, especially at healthcare as a whole, they're looking at healthcare websites. There's more reviews than ever online. There's more social media presence. And it's more search capabilities going on. And so people are landing at websites more than ever, and they're judging your practice on your website. And so I think number two way to stand out and be different, it's got to live right here. And in all fairness, man, there's a lot of you guys out there, I'm talking to you, and I'm getting a lot of, we're different, we wanna be different, we're going to be different. And I'm like, don't talk about it, show me, because that's what's different. All right, so number two is your website. Number three is, just lost that one out of my hand. Number three is social media. And again, so 3 points, if you looked at them just on the surface, I don't know you're probably saying that's not really revolutionary, but if we're doing all three, man, social media is where it's happening, and I think you need to embrace that. We've been talking about it for years, but I'm literally watching practices right now, startups build their entire practice off Facebook. And that's not going to change. Interacting with your community through Facebook is not going to change. Facebook announced some algorithm changes. We're gonna be talking about those next week. But what that means for you as a dentist, as a personal brand, as a business, we look at those things and we think, oh man, Facebook's doing this and that. It only creates way more opportunities to engage, to grow your business. And so, guys, at the end of the day, these three things, I'm like, do this, right? Like it doesn't need to get way more complicated than this. We don't need to be standing out on the street corner, dressed in a tooth suit, flipping a sign, giving away free Sonicare toothbrushes to get attention. We need to be different. We need to show people that we're different, and we need to engage with the community around us through social media. So do these three things, and I promise you'll start to stand out. All right, guys, that wraps up episode 83. Thanks so much for joining us. I think at the end of the day, here's the one key I'm gonna leave you with is be consistent. Like consistently create content and you'll win. I heard somebody tell me one time the 3 keys to any successful business is number 1, doing something worth talking about. Number 2, talk about it. And then number 3, show up every day for years. So build something worth talking about it, and then talk about it, and just be consistent. Create content consistently over the next, not just 6 months, not just a year, but 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. You'll be surprised where this thing goes. This month's article, the link is down below. Attention, standing out in a distracted world. Best place to connect with me online is Instagram. I'm at Joshua Scott. Follow me there. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but question of the show. Hold on, I forgot it, and it's right here. What's the one thing you can do to focus your marketing more in 2018? That's the question for you. How can you focus it more? And guys, that's it. Thanks so much. Looking forward to a great year. I'll catch you on the next episode.